come so far. Did you think when we were here last year this time that it would be such an amazing, vibrant, exciting community to be a part of?
Yeah. I did, because there's a need to be filled. We heard that last year. We knew this was a need that all the policy professionals wanted. The public service has been around for 150 years. It surprises me that we've never had a concerted effort like this to actually professionalize and give professional development supports to the policy community.
We've taken on the recommendations from the Policy Community Project in 2016 to formalize support in a few key areas. The reception to this effort has been resoundingly positive, both within the Government of Canada and beyond. The inclusive and multifunctional nature of the community is resonating, and one place we're seeing that is in the growing membership of our GC CoLab group. In our first 6 months, we moved from 65 to over 1,700 members from 60 organizations.
And we are so excited that you are having these conversations together, sharing information, and connecting.
Over 20 departments have stepped up with resources to enable a dedicated team to focus on supporting the community's members in 4 key ways. First, we have to convene. Our most obvious way of doing this is the annual conference. In 2017, we followed a classic model of working with an interdepartmental working group to provide a lineup of great panels. In 2018, we built on the community feedback from the first conference to give more interactive sessions and time for networking. This year's agenda was the work of nearly 100 collaborators, creating learning, networking, and dialogue opportunities, in person and online, so that participants could get hands-on and really connect. We also made a concerted effort to bring more voices into the conversation, extending the invitation to others in the policy ecosystem. We gave thought to the virtual experience, and our Conference in a Box enabled self-organizing teams to host their own event, streaming our webcast and using customized versions of workshops that remain available to the policy community after the event. The feedback on the conference we gather will inform the design of next year's offering, as well as many small convening activities throughout the year.
Imagine asking an organization to take on things like experimentation, big data, co-creation, and not providing them with a good understanding of the skills and competencies they need to do that work.
Our second big project is the creation of a modern competency framework. We want to give policy practitioners and their managers a common understanding of the talents, abilities, and mindsets required to support policy excellence.
This is very foundational work. If we can get a good handle on the competencies policy practitioners need, we can update our learning tools, our development supports, we can recruit better, we can support our community better. In doing this work, we're tapping into leading-edge research and work on competencies, not only in Canada, from across the world, and we're talking to practitioners themselves.
A set of time-tested and new competencies are starting to coalesce, and over the summer of 2018, we'll be mapping these against the realities of work in different policy functions.
Fantastic. So we're building the competency framework and we hope to actually use it. One way we want to use it is the starting point for a professional development program for the community.
As our third deliverable, we're thinking about a cross-functional policy mobility program. We've heard from you that there's lots of mobility within policy functions, but there's not a lot of mobility across policy functions. That's why we're aiming to make it easy to get hands-on experience across different policy functions like evaluation, operations management, engagement, research, and policy development. We're hoping to have a small first cohort of participants for a prototype this fall. Of course, we'll be doing targeted engagement to build this prototype and learning in the open.
We talk about the future being here now, but it being unevenly spread.
Public servants are innovating and experimenting, but their experiences and learnings aren't always shared across the community for cross-fertilization. So our fourth deliverable is actually around knowledge sharing. You may have seen the Novel Policy Instruments and Approaches portal. We've moved it from a government-only platform to GC CoLab, while we build partnerships to make the portal even more open, more user-friendly, and with better, richer content. We want to support you in tapping into our collective experience by better documenting where your colleagues are trying innovative and traditional approaches. This too will be done in the open and in iterations with lots of user input. So how are we doing all of this? We have a small but mighty team called the Policy Community Partnership Office, and they are listening to you. They're amplifying the great things you are doing, they're linking you up together, and most importantly, they're biasing action. For the community to be vibrant, it needs a common purpose. For our champions, our ADM board, and all our funding partners, this means being modern, relevant, and responsive to the needs of Canadians, especially given the dynamic context in which we work. Momentum is building, and we certainly have more work to do. In 2018, we'll be doing more outreach to spread the word about the community. We'll be seeking partnerships to catalyze action where community needs exceed our capacity to support. In the meantime, we have some requests.
Please be open, be daring, be creative, be audacious, and we want to hear from you. Make the most of the policy community.